Kristen Henry is the Chief Technology Officer at SQ4D, a New York-based technology construction company that makes 3D printers that can build houses.
A lot of people are starting to become familiar with small-scale plastic 3D printers. Concrete 3D printing is not significantly dissimilar than that. Obviously, instead of using plastic filament, we are using this concrete material that we are extruding in layers that we then stack. And as we go up and stack the layers, the layer below has cured enough such that it is strong enough to support the weight. In concrete 3D printing, there is no formwork or molds or anything required. We are able to just stack the beads of concrete on top of each other. So unlike pouring, where you have to construct the formwork and then let the concrete cure, we are just stacking layers as we go with no manual forming required.
If you're wondering what's required to build a 3D home.
So all of our houses are made out of concrete. So we have cement, water, and sand. Those are the only materials we're actually using to do the printing of the house.
Or how long it takes to build a home.
Project in Riverhead that we just completed was 1,407 square feet. And that took us 80 print hours spread out over 18 days.
Zachary Mannheimer is the founder and CEO of the Iowa-based company Alquest. They're based in Iowa City, building in Virginia, Oregon, and maybe coming to California.
We are a 3D printing construction company, but our goal is to create community and economic development, and we're doing that by creating the housing. But the number one need in every single community is housing. You can't create community or economic development if you don't have anywhere to live.
They just built the first 3D owner-occupied home in the world with Habitat for Humanity. Now they're looking to change the way houses are built.
The construction industry has not adapted or changed in any major meaningful way in well over 100 years. We looked at a variety of ways to drop costs. We looked at modular housing, manufactured housing, and both of those certainly work. But we think that 3D printing allows you to not only drop the cost of housing, but also customize the home in a much more innovative, unique way.
Mannheimer says the cost savings are significant.
So right now we know that 3D printing, just in general, will save between 10 and 15% versus a traditional stick-built home. In a place like California, it's probably going to be significantly higher, just because of the average price that folks are paying for homes. The cost savings are not just up front, they're also on the way that you operate the home. We know that a concrete 3D printed home, when compared to traditional stick-built, uses roughly 50% less energy costs than a stick-built home.
So why aren't we seeing more 3D housing?
We are averaging roughly 50 requests per hour for 3D homes right now, ever since Christmas. It's been crazy. Every state in the nation has reached out. There's over 12 countries in the world that have reached out to us. So we can't keep up with this demand. There needs to be 50 more companies like us to really fill the gap that we see, especially in a place like California.
But is 3D printing the solution for California's housing crisis? I brought that question to Tyler Pullen, a PhD student in urban planning at UC Berkeley's Turner Center for Housing Innovation.
Interesting, intriguing, exciting are the first things that come to mind.
But he's not going all in just yet.
The second thread that usually comes up with 3D printing is skepticism, generally. They're coming at it from the perspective of a pretty fundamentally different way of doing construction. Maybe there's plenty of cost savings and time savings to be seen, but I think my reflex is I haven't yet seen them.
He admits housing is just so complex.
And I don't think there is any one-size-fits-all or silver bullet to the housing crisis, especially affordable housing. I think there's a lot of different ways we need to innovate and change, some of which can be on technology, some of which can be on business models, a lot of which has to be on policy and procedures and how the industry works.
I mean, honestly, they look pretty nice.
They do, and you have to be innovative about this, right? Because we've been talking about how it is so interconnected to every major issue, whether it's climate change, how far at what is affordable housing, how far are we driving?
Right.
You see this a lot in some of our mountain communities where people can't afford to live where they're working, and so they've got these giant round trips. And so Obviously, we've been working on the problem for a long time. It hasn't really moved the needle a tremendous amount. So then that's where you start to see solutions like this start to come in.
Yeah, I mean, 3D printers, though, we're seeing them used for so many different things. In hospitals, I was going to say, we're seeing them. I mean, they're printing out organs.
Yeah.
They're like functioning organs. We're going to be living with this. I'm actually pretty impressed by this. I would like to say I want to see a few years into this, or maybe like 10 years into this.
I wanted to see a human in the house using it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to kind of get an idea of what that, to be like, oh, this is just a normal house.
You know, we were impressed. I will say our friend Keely Chalmers, though, less impressed because, Keely, somebody left that toilet seat up. You were not happy about that.
You were not pleased.
Again, I have a little boy, he's 8 years old, and I'm trying to teach him that right now. So I'm extra sensitive, I think, to that.